Oh, the energy is so back in my universe. Jody is free.
Yeah, Jody's back in studio.
And wearing shoes.
I know. And everybody looks so healthy and happy and romantically involved up there.
Well,
Wow. You speaking of
Love, exciting and new.
we are the Love Boat. This is the Love Boat.
I'm Julie. Hi.
It's 8 years old.
So you're going to be developing a chronic Coke problem?
Yes.
Okay.
And I wear knee
Learn
socks every day.
Yes.
Hi.
Well,
Charlie.
you got to give Chris Lavoie credit not letting Lauren tweeze up for her Coke problem.
No, not at all.
Don't let up on
she's
that.
That's what she's known for now.
He has not.
Before we start, I want to clear up the whole designing women thing.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Gene Smart was married to a guy named Richard Gilliland.
That's it.
Yes.
Who played Mary Jo Shively's boyfriend.
Right.
Okay.
And he died tragically and suddenly like 3 years ago, right when she was starting to do Hacks.
Okay.
Right.
I knew
got
that.
it.
He had just recently passed.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we talked about
Which,
this
by the
yesterday,
way, is
sorry.
I have
great
no idea
film.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about, but okay.
No, this was yesterday's show.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
was.
I missed that because I was on vacation. Okay.
You were up in Hooterville.
Thank you.
Dun-dun,
Charlie.
dun-dun. Yes.
You tweeted Trump's conspiracy-addled lawsuit against Hillary Clinton gets tossed. We're just like on some sort of justice, I don't know, Russian roulette, depending on if we get some hacked Trump judge like this special master judge, or but I mean, legally, I don't even know what to say anymore about this whole argument to the special master. So what? Just give us the latest on that. The DOJ has accepted Trump's candidate for special master. It's ridiculous that we would even need a special master, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay, all right. The DOJ has agreed to accept one of the two candidates that the Trump people put up. Luckily, it wasn't the Federal Society guy.
Right.
Fuck, it was the other guy, the retired judge. Last night on, her infomercial that she runs on Fox Business, Maria Bartiromo ripped the hell out of the Trump guy's judge.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, because he had made a ruling, that was contrary to the wishes of dear leader at some point. Who knows? I mean, there were so many rulings since, not 2015 that, it's like Dolores Umbridge was president.
Yeah.
Nailing all these, things up on the wall.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, this guy's going to, I think this guy's going to, like, if he's smart, what he'll do is he'll, spend 2 days of intensely ignoring the pile of paper and say, hey, you know what? DOJ did fine. We'll just let it go.
Right. It's about delay, like everything Trump has ever done.
Oh, absolutely.
Legally.
That's been, those two cases, that and that completely ludicrous RICO suit against Hillary Clinton and everybody in Washington.
Right.
That the judge threw out. Those are both about running out the clock.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What they don't seem to realize is that Merrick Garland is still going to be Attorney General no matter what happens in November.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean if they lose control of the Congress, it doesn't mean like the Biden administration goes away.
Right.
Well, and also, Charlie, it's so ridiculous that, as you know, you get disbarred if you lie in actual court. So, of course, they don't mention anything about planted evidence or declassification.
Well, that's the thing. They tap dance, at least in the filing yesterday, they tap dance all around saying that he declassified these things without actually saying it.
Right.
They basically say, hey, Judge Cannon, say it for us. Get me a court that will say this for us.
Yeah.
So we don't, it can just be a bad decision instead of perjury. But yeah, I mean, it's all smoke and mirrors. And meanwhile, the subpoenas are falling like rain in D.C. now.
I know. Well, let's just talk for a second, though, about the declassification. So Trump and his allies have claimed multiple times there was some kind of declassification order on the documents. John Bolton, as we know, said that was almost certainly a lie. There was no such thing. So it's the Freedom of Information Act, right, that we just got from, that went to the Department of Homeland Security and NGA. They both said no. Confirming what we already knew. No, of course there was no declassification order.
No, I mean, and even even if he whispered it to him on his way to bed one night, it's still you got to go through a process to do it.
Right.
The president just can't wave his hand and say declassified. Oompa loompa bang. I mean, you can't say.
No,
that.
it's actually the Pee Wee Herman thing. That's how you declassify the Pee Wee Herman thing. Chris Maliaka.
Oh, Mechaleka Hi, Mecca Hi, Ni Ho.
Right.
That wasn't Pee Wee Herman, that was John B.
Right. Okay, Charlie. So, as you mentioned, DOJ has issued 40 subpoenas over the past week. Wow, that's a lot. So, Boris Epstein, Mike Roman had their phones seized. The actions represent a substantial escalation of the investigation. Yay.
I'll say.
To which Jody and I say, yay. Dan Scavino was one of the people getting a subpoena. Bernard Carrick, there's that name again.
yes.
Oh, boy.
So, he... Charlie,
Can we ask him about using the respite suite for the 9/11 first responders to bang his girlfriend just for fun?
I'm sorry,
Once
girlfriends. There were 2 mistresses that he was banging
Yes,
in the apartment.
once we get him under oath, just to ask him that just for fun.
Right, just because it was the anniversary of 9/11.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
2 mistresses behind his wife's back at the apartment Medford's 9/11 workers,
Yeah,
but
one
that's
of them
not
was his
important.
book agent, and the other one was a porn star, right?
Right. Yes. Okay. So my
Wow.
point is, so that it's hard to keep track of all the crimes, right? The Carrick subpoena is for the plan to submit the fake electors, right? Some subpoenas also seek information into the activities of the Save America Political Action Committee. Oh my God! How many separate investigations is this now? Do you think?
How is it? What I don't understand is, given everything we know about Bannon's, help us build the wall grift and the Save America thing, how is this guy raising a dime? Are there that many stupid people in America?
Apparently, yeah.
There's Guy Clark saying, Lord, you'd think there's less fools in this world.
Yeah.
I mean, why would anybody send them any money now?
I know. So at least 20 of the subpoenas sought information about communications with lawyers who took part in the fake elector scheme, including Giuliani and John Eastman. I mean, for those of us that have Veruca assaulted about the Department of Justice, it does seem like they are on the move, does it not?
Well, they dropped paper on Stephen Miller, which is great.
Right.
And they dropped paper on Newt Gingrich.
Right.
And I would sell tickets to watch Newt Gingrich in front of the January 6th committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause that guy's deserved a good deflating for like 30 years now.
Yes, exactly. I loved, who was this guy? Oh, Representative Andy
Macy's
Biggs.
play- oh,
Representative Andy Biggs said Biden has still not indicated what their strategic plan in Ukraine is. That's because there is no strategic plan. And you said, what's your strategic plan for staying out of jail? Yeah, it's amazing the people that like to open their yaps. By the way, you said I'm beginning to suspect that the Russian war plan for Ukraine was not well thought out. Do you think?
It's astonishing. You see, I'm wearing my hat, wearing my Ukraine support hat, largely because I haven't had a haircut since February. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's astonishing to me, and it's a great, it's a great world event if it actually comes off.
Yeah, yeah,
it really is. It's a triumph for common sense and anti-authoritarianism, and maybe if this is enough to have Putin's regime fall, the wave of authoritarianism in Eastern Europe will roll back.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean,
yeah. Well, okay, can we just... you drew our attention to the latest Herschel Walker quote.
Oh my God.
Saying, Warnock, I remember hearing him say America need to apologize for its whiteness. That's not in a Bible I ever read. Our founding fathers already apologized for its whiteness. Because if you read the Constitution, it talks about every man being treated fair. And you just said, come on, Georgia, fun is fun. But first of all, Warnock never said this. His opponent never heard him say it. Second, one does not have to have read the Bible to know it doesn't contain that particular sentiment. And I don't believe his opponent ever read the Bible anyway. And finally, the Constitution says nothing of the sort. And Warnock's opponent has not read the Constitution either. You just said, please, Georgia, do not elect Herschel Walker to be United States.
I mean, and I agree
Senator.
with Jody. Don't elect him for his own sake.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I've even heard expressed a theory that they want Walker to get elected and sworn in, and then he'll resign, and Kemp will appoint, another Republican for that seat, who doesn't sprain his ankle, trying to get from a subject to a verb.
Yeah.
I mean that's actually kind of a shrewd plan. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie, okay. So what do you make of all this latest, pollings and blah, blah, blah? Like, who is it? Nate Cohn talking about there's warning signals flashing again for Democrats.
Why are there warning signals flashing for
yes.
Democrats now?
I guess because,
Well,
a lot of the polling is good for Democrats, but they're saying because of the margin of error and, that we had.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I think the only real answer is to put your head down and run through the finish line.
Yes. That's
don't even pay attention to polls.
I know. That's the thing is I almost don't want
that's
people
what I
to
admire
go.
about what's her name, Gretchen Whitmer up in Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She's got a solid 13-point lead. It's been a 13-point lead for, months now, and she's running just as hard as she ever did.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. You can't
Right.
do anything else.
Right. Well, New York Times polling guru Nate Cohn, yes, the warning signs are flashing again, paints an ominous picture for Democrats in key Senate races in Ohio, Georgia, Nevada, Wisconsin, and Florida. Democratic Senate candidates are outrunning expectations in the same places where the polls overestimated Biden in 2020 and Clinton in 2016. That's what they're talking about. The possibility.
That to me is like bone worshiping.
Yeah, I mean,
you got it wrong in 2016. Or watch out, you might get it wrong this
I
time.
know. Well, this is what he said. The possibility that the apparent Democratic strength in Wisconsin and elsewhere is a mirage, an artifact of persistent and unaddressed biases in survey research. Yes. So but that's what we're saying is even the Warnock race, Herschel Walker, the fact that it's even close is just.
Well, that's very alarming.
Yeah.
But again, the only way to approach it is to not pay attention.
Yeah. I've thought
just,
that from the time of them saying there's going to be a red wave up to saying no, there's going to be a blue. Just keep your head down.
Not just that. The one thing I think that I haven't read that New York Times piece, so I'm flying a little blind here. The Democratic candidates all have a real serious money advantage.
Yeah.
In most of those races.
Yeah.
I mean, Ron Johnson in Wisconsin's broke.
Yeah.
And I think probably what's his name out in Arizona is in the same kind of shape, although he's got Peter Thiel pumping money into it.
Thiel is giving him a lot of
came
money
back
lately.
into it. He cut him off for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm maybe I'm happy clappy. I really believe I feel a blue tsunami, and I think it's female powered, and I think it started in Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to say I don't think anyone is. I think people are still underestimating the effect of the Dobbs decision.
Yeah.
I mean,
me
that
too.
changed the calculus overnight.
Yeah.
And because the Republicans won't stop doing this. I mean, they shut up about it, but they won't stop passing these laws. And there's one horror story a week now coming out of one state or another.
Yeah.
The drumbeat's not going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah. And I was talking to Jamie Raskin actually backstage, Saturday night, Charlie.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were talking to who?
Jamie Raskin. But I just said, I think
I heard the sound of a name dropping outside my window.
But I think the J6 committee, that is starting again. I also think, that is going to mobilize certainly our base.
Absolutely, a very special season premiere episode of the January 6th Commission.
Yeah, I mean, but I think they're all going to be factors. I know we say it's a lifetime till the midterms in politics, but none of it's good for Trump or for Republicans. Like you said, they've been screaming, "Let the states decide forever," and then today they're like, "No, we're going to do a national ban on abortion."
Yeah, and not only that, they tried to knock it off the ballot in Michigan, and a judge told them to go climb a tree.
Yeah,
I mean there are judges out there saving the day in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no, exactly. All right, well, Charlie, bid adieu to your lover.
That was fun.
Yes.
It was so good to see you guys. I'm glad things went well in Washington.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.